Thanks for tuning back in. I'm Tommy Campbell, still bald, still in my basement, and still trying to figure out how much money Ron DeSantis wasted on his smile coach. Do it again, Ron, but without looking like a malfunctioning robot. Okay, and can you skip the tongue thing at the end? It's creepy. He can't. This guy's hopeless. Senator Ted Cruz recently introduced a bill in the U.S. Senate titled the Safeguarding Honest Speech Act, and it's just wild coming from someone whose real name is Raphael. But the fleeing to Cancun guy who hides from the name his Ninja Turtle fanboy parents gave him is no stranger to hypocrisy. I have a laugh getting into Ted's bill. Lumpy pillow manufacturer gone mad Mike Lindell makes a revelation about how things work behind the scenes at the money burn pit he calls the biggest broadcast place ever. Some fan favorites return and more, but first, this.
So I think her question to you right now would be, why don't you drop out? She should drop out. Why don't you drop out and endorse Trump?
I mean, these people are not polled. If you come to the events, we got 3 events today. It's going to shatter the expectations. I think we're going to shatter the expectations that have been set for us. So I like where we sit. I like the main.
Vivek's odds of becoming president are worse than the Tiger King guy, and he's in jail. The man is delusional. It doesn't matter how many times you say you have fans when the photos and videos tell the real story. Here's Vivek in Iowa this week, and look at this surge of fans here to see him off. Yeah, that's it. 3 fellas outside Fat T's, and one of them is on the clock, and they probably just wanted to check out the big bus. You know it's bad when you're making Mike Pence's gift shop appearances look like Taylor Swift concerts. Where is this new generation he's targeting? Okay, maybe I'm not being fair. These 2 dudes are hanging out under the abandoned shop, and they do have some reading material, so there's a chance they caught his speech. But there's also a chance they glanced at the Trump knockoff signage and thought Cheeto was in town. Either way, not a lot of things to do, and Vivek is less of a draw than Marjorie Taylor Greene's book that's still sitting at last place on Amazon. It is pouring MAGA tears. I'm doing my best to keep up with the crazy, and I'm grateful to have you here for my take on things. Please say hello, join the good people in the comments while I rip into the latest and stupid and more. The Craigslist to Congresswoman in window pane glasses posted, "A pretty good bet in politics is to do the opposite of whatever Rob Reiner is doing. Rob is donating to my opponent, as are many other Hollywood elitists. Don't let Hollywood buy Colorado's 3rd district. Help me fight back against their dark money with $20 today." Naturally, I replied, definitely going to side with the legendary As You Wish and These Go to 11 director instead of the gun-obsessed contaminated pork slider vendor that decided high school only goes to grade 11.
Mike, you've got all these dates. By the way, you're amazing with dates. You're like, it's like a Rain Man situation. Do you remember the date you met me? Because I feel like you got all these dates popping off in your head. It's amazing.
Yeah, you know, I remember when I met Eric. I'm not sure I knew it.
I remember when I met Eric, but it's tough to remember when I met you since your face has changed 5 times in the last month and my brain's a fried egg.
Eric and I have my pillows in our bed. My daughter honestly went and picked out a my pillow out of the closet. She hadn't, I don't even know what she was sleeping on. And one day she was like, this like 2 years ago, she goes, I don't like this pillow. Went to the closet. She said, this is the one I want. It's a my pillow. I'm not joking. And my dogs all use my pillow dog bed.
I doubt there's any truth to the story, since the lifetime of luxury people are certainly not resting their heads on sacks of lumpy foam. But it's funny that in her quest to endear to Mike Pillow, she spins a yarn about having a pillow in a closet, you know, where you keep the things you often use, and that her dogs love them. I still love Brannon pointing out that his own dog won't get in the hot My Pillow dog bed when Mike talks about how they are so cooling.
And Mitch McConnell apparently see, it's so hot, Delta won't even lay in her bed. She's laying on the cool wood floor. I don't blame you, girl.
Here you go, Mike. Fixed it for you. Too hot, too lumpy, too crazy. Save your money. Good evening, I'm Tucker Carlson, and tonight I want to talk about Kevin McCarthy, the first speaker in history to be removed from office, the one that was voted in after holding his colleagues hostage, and then voted out only to be replaced by someone who requires an app on his phone to make sure he doesn't look at anything too risque, forcing him to excite himself with Walmart flyers and his imagination. And truly, a fascinating imagination he has. Oh, the Earth is only 5,000 years old. The scientifically impossible ark was a real thing. Feed those dinosaurs, Noah. McCarthy has stated that he is looking to serve America in new ways. I'm not sure who would hire McCarthy after a House Speaker gig that lasted as long as dollar store batteries and Rudy Giuliani's hair dye. But if he wants to serve America, I'm told they're hiring at Denny's. At least I hope they're hiring. I know it's impossible to get a job in Joe Biden's America, but it would be nice for Kevin to serve pancakes to all of those that flipped on him. Oh, look, it's Matt Gaetz with his date. Didn't know his ankle monitor allowed him to get this far. Be sure to bring her a coloring book and dish him a short stack. Sorry, Raphael, no 100% maple syrup here. We don't champion tapping trees for a one-ingredient superfood when we can easily combine high-fructose corn syrup, cellulose gum, salt, natural and artificial flavor, caramel color, sorbic acid, sodium benzoate, and hexametaphosphate. With McCarthy leaving to work, hopefully work at the place rebranded as America's Diner. I've never been. I wear deck shoes and dine with the elite. I'm careful just to include the occasional fly fishing photo now and then to convince my window-licking fan base that I'm a man of the people. Kevin leaves House Republicans with a one-seat majority, and if you're lucky, that seat is next to Lauren Boebert for some secondhand vape and first-hand excitement to take the edge off the sound of liberals with their facts and numbers. If anyone else in the conference leaves, Republicans could lose their House majority, so cross your fingers. Unless you're Lauren Boebert. Huh? What is that about? It's about keeping them uncrossed for maximum coverage, surface area. Would this be enjoyable? I'm just asking questions. Senator Ted Cruz introduced a bill in the U.S. Senate titled the Safeguarding Honest Speech Act. The legislation proposes prohibiting federal funds from enforcing policies requiring federal employees to use preferred pronouns or names other than an individual's legal name. Yes, Ted, the blizzard-escaping baseball bad luck charm from Calgary, wants to be called the nickname of his middle name and is spearheading this, and the San Antonio Express, the largest paper in Texas, has even called him out and posted quotes from the president and CEO of GLAAD, who told The Advocate, this latest attempt by Senator Cruz, who does not go by his own legal name, to prohibit the federal government, the nation's largest employer, from respecting employees' authentic name and pronouns is not only dangerous and demeaning, it's hypocritical. Cruz pushed back on the paper, posting, lying hacks. My bill doesn't ban anyone from saying anything. The First Amendment allows you to call me Ted, Raphael, a wacko bird, or whatever else you want. Rather, my bill prohibits the federal government from forcing anyone to use preferred pronouns or names. Ted Cruz pushed this bill in response to the Gender Identity, Non-Discrimination, and Inclusion Policy for Employees and Applicants issued by the Department of Health and Human Services. The policy said that all employees should be addressed by the names and pronouns they use to describe themselves, as using correct names and pronouns helps foster a workplace free of discrimination and harassment. The Trevor Project's 2021 National Survey on LGBTQ youth mental health found that transgender and non-binary youth who had their pronouns respected attempted to take their lives 50% less. Do what you want on your own time, Ted, but when you're at work, just call people what they like to be called so we can all get things done in a nice environment. It's not that hard. And again, nobody is forcing anyone to call anyone anything. You want to light up in the break room? Go nuts, but it's not going to go down well with everyone, so don't be shocked when HHS, who is on the government payroll, has a chat about how what you're doing makes the day unpleasant for those around you. Cruz's bill is just another attempt to erase any progress. I love when I go to a restaurant and the bathrooms are just like the use whatever, as if the 3 women's stalls are empty and the men's are full. But I'm going to just do my best to hold it situation is any better? Come on. I went to the pool with my family and it was all co-ed and it was efficient. The only space you really shared were the sinks. Ooh, I'm washing my hands next to a lady. What is this madness? The right-wingers want you to believe we're all sharing a stall in there together, like someone's trying to take a leak between your legs when you're sitting down. These people endlessly talk about cancel culture when they are the ones trying to cancel progress.
They think that you and I have that I have a lot of documents and contracts, and you and I have done stuff all in a handshake, haven't we?
You've been sued too?
Yeah, they sued me in federal court to produce documents that don't exist.
Oh yeah, they don't realize that. We were just talking today. Do you know I have over 500 podcasters and radio stations? I don't have contracts. My word is my gold, my bond.
That's right.
I don't have contracts, so they find that hard to believe.
That's the show,
everybody. My word is my gold, and that's what the contracts are. It's a word of honor.
That's exactly right. That's the Lindell Report. Take care.
This cracks me up because of the "my" he tosses in there. Your word could be as good as gold. It can be golden. It's gold-plated because you trust them. But my word is my gold is so close, but so far, and so Lindell. Okay, so we now know that Brandon, who was already sweating his job security, has no formal contract with the lumpy pillow guy. And Lindell claims to have his sweaty handshake deals with 500 to 700 podcasters on his network. 500 to 700? I got to check this out. Where are these hot programs? Okay, I count 176 shows, and a dozen of them are just repackaged whatever featuring him and Brandon. Diamond and Silk. Well, we know that's a solo show now. We can drop that number. Sidney Powell. Ooh, 8 subscribers. But hey, that's 6 more than Short Bus A-Team leader Jenna Ellis, and 7 more than the Test Channel that's just sitting there. Totally normal test channel, but they are all one-upped by Roger Stone's whopping 52 subscribers. It is rather alarming that he doesn't have any contracts and that his numbers are so far off from the amount of people that are actually on his network, and that everything is just a handshake. And this is the guy who doesn't like hand sanitizer or masks. Thank you. I see every tip from pennies to dollars. They are hugely appreciated and help make this show possible. If you love what I do here and you can afford to help out, throw me a buck with the PayPal link in the pinned comment or drop me a super thanks with this button. And please take 2 seconds after this video to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. These things are free and help the show grow. Thank you.
Alex here, still in the bunker with Marjorie. Again, good dude. Well, my Georgia gremlin is hoping to hang her 7-toed stocking over my bunker fireplace because she thinks Christmas came early since MAGA Mike Johnson released so much January 6 footage it would take the entire migrant convoy to carry all the tapes. But my Mickey Rourke and the wrestler girlfriend does not think it is enough and is demanding Tiny Johnson create a select committee. Now, as much as I support my failed author, I think the committee we need is one to look at what is going on with her hammered spam can feet, okay? I don't know, maybe she needs like a second opinion because if the Trump ladies can change their faces on a daily basis, Nicolas Cage style, then surely MTG can upgrade the humid night market jackfruit skin that it covers her cluster of expired turmeric root toes with crusty couch crumb nails so misshaped she sends podiatrists to psychiatrists. She only has one pinky and it looks like the talking worm from Labyrinth if it had an evil twin, okay? This is not cute, it is scary. Because what is the rule, MTG?
The socks stay on.
The socks stay on.
DTAU in your basement, you'll find Biden in a corner. MAGA Tears. You obviously watched a different debate. Sleazy Gavin looked like a fool. MAGA Tears. You guys are kidding, right? Boy, y'all are funny. They fact-checked Newsom, and he was lying the entire time. So funny. Y'all live in a different world. So sad. MAGA Tears. Definitely going to side with the legendary As You Wish, and these go to 11 director instead of the gun-obsessed contaminated pork slider vendor decided high school and he goes to grade 11. It's a good joke. Oh, look, it's Matt Gaetz with his date. Didn't know his ankle monitor allowed him to get this far. Be sure to bring her a coloring book and dish him a short stack.
Well, my Georgia gremlin is hoping to hang her 7-toed stocking.
Huh? What is that about? It's about keeping them uncrossed for maximum coverage, surface area.
Now, as much as I support my failed author, I think the committee we need is one to look at what's going on with her hammered spam can feet.
McCarthy has stated that he is looking to serve America in new ways. I'm not sure who would hire McCarthy after a House Speaker gig that lasted as long as dollar store batteries and Rudy Giuliani's hair dye.
Surely MTG can upgrade from the humid night market jackfruit skin that covers her cluster of turmeric root toes with crusty
Thanks so much for watching. Help me out by joining us in the comments, sharing this video with a friend, and following me on social media. I am a one-man show here, from script to screen, the editing, even the graphics. Please throw me a tip with the easy PayPal link, or hit that super thanks button, and be sure to check out my mugs that go great with those MAGA Tears. I am a stand-up comedian. I've played in 35 countries, and I've toured with Jim Jefferies for nearly 10 years. I have 3 albums and a brand new EP from my opening set on Jim's latest Netflix special. You can stream these on Spotify, Apple Music, or catch them on SiriusXM. Thanks for helping me make this show possible. Life's short. Be cool, be kind, take care.